Is your incoming or outgoing mail server working? Your FTP server? How's the paper in that printer? Wish you could tell when your UPS was overheating or a server disk was getting full? Use InterMapper's probes to get specific information from a huge range of devices. Here's how. Use the probe selection window to choose and configure a probe for one or more devices. With the map editable, select the devices you want to test in a particular way. I'll right-click the server icon and choose Set Probe. You can also choose this command from the Monitor menu. The keyboard shortcut is Ctrl-T. You can also get to the probe selection window from the Info window. This is the probe selection window. On the left is a list of probe categories. The right pane shows the configuration options for the probe that is currently selected for the selected devices. Remember, you assign the same probe to all the devices you've selected. Let's take a look at the basic probes. The default probe is the automatic probe. InterMapper first queries the device with SNMP. If it gets a response, the probe type changes to the SNMP traffic probe, which obviously monitors traffic. This probe, and all SNMP probes, cause InterMapper's marching ints to show in the map. If InterMapper doesn't receive an SNMP response, the probe is automatically set to ping echo. The other basic probe is the Map Status probe. This probe allows you to view the status of many maps from a top-level master map. I'll come back to this probe in a few moments. Let's take a look at some of the other categories. The SNMP category provides a rich selection of probes used for different purposes. Looking at the high threshold probe, I can specify a variable and can set the thresholds for different alert levels for that variable. As you can see, InterMapper supports SNMP versions 1, 2C, and 3. Notice that when configuring many of these probes, you can set thresholds for warning and alarm levels. This gives you a great deal of control over when alerts are sent for a particular device. There are so many probes, there's not enough time to go into all of them, so I'll just give a few examples you might find useful. The Network Devices category contains probes for specific routers, switches, and other devices from manufacturers like Apple, Cisco, and Juniper, as well as a number of UPS systems. Use these probes to check for things like battery temperature and condition. In the Standard Servers category, look for probes for dozens of different types of servers. As an ISP, you want to make sure your web, mail, DNS, and FTP servers are working properly. Monitor multicast servers, SSH servers, and many other standard servers. Use the Host Resources probe to monitor CPU loads, memory, or disk usage. Here's the Host Resources probe configuration panel and the status window for a device tested by that probe. Notice the relationship between the parameters and the output of the probe in the status window. Use the proprietary servers probes to get vendor-specific information from many different proprietary server products. If you have the wireless probe pack, you can get generic or vendor-specific information for a host of wireless equipment. You can also add a number of probes into a probe group to test a device in a number of different ways. The probe groups icon represents the most serious condition of all the probes in the group. For more information, see the probe groups tutorial video. Use WMI probes to get detailed information from Windows servers or workstations through the Windows Management Instrumentation interface. Get information about CPU utilization, available disk space, disk fragmentation, available memory, network utilization, process and service information, accessibility, and a number of other Windows systems. To use WMI probes, InterMapper must be installed on a Windows machine. For more information, see the WMI probes tutorial video. The Map Status probe allows you to view the status of many maps from a top-level master map. The Map Status probe is found in the Basic Probes section. You create submaps from different parts of your network, then assign each map to a device icon on the master map. Then you can drill down to find problems while keeping the detail hidden until you need it. The easiest way to assign the Map Status probe is to drag a submap from the Map List window into your master map. As you can see from this map, you can create many levels of submaps. Using InterMapper Remote Access, you can add maps from different InterMapper servers. InterMapper provides experimental versions of probes that are under development. Dartware welcomes your feedback. You can also develop your own custom probes to get exactly the information most useful to you, and use InterMapper's extensive user network to share your development and benefit from other experienced InterMapper users. See the developer guide for detailed information you can use to develop your own probes. That's probe selection in a nutshell. For more detailed information, check out the probe reference section of the user guide, available from the help menu.